Hi guys, Gareth here and welcome to this Plunk production. Now, some of you are going to say, hang on a minute Gareth, I thought you were taking a break. Well, I am still kind of taking a break. I'm just easing myself back into some light YouTube content making, and then at some point I will go full force into it. I would like to preface this video by saying I am recording in VGA resolution, which is 4:3, it's like 640 by 480, just so I can hopefully get this up before work. It's a vlog style video, so you don't need to see exactly what's going on, and a 4:3 isn't gonna, shouldn't be too much of an issue. At least it wouldn't be for me. If I saw a video like this, 4:3, in SD resolution, I'd still watch it probably. You'll just minimise it and watch it in the background, which you guys are more than welcome to do. Obviously, I do have with me a cup of tea. It's actually quite warm. I've only literally just made it. I should have maybe waited a few minutes before starting the video, but I haven't. Also, my phone, which is, as I record this video, the Sony Xperia XZ Premium, is currently on its case, sort of lent up to, so you can see me. If it falls down at any point, I will just pause the video and try and correct it, but I apologise if that's a bit jarring and janky for you guys. So, the reason why I'm making this video is simply put, when I was doing those videos last week, when I was getting frustrated with commenters and frustrated with things in general, I don't know if you guys noticed the video before my last one, which was taking a break, was recorded, uploaded in a really strange aspect ratio, and yeah, I'm not even sure what was going on with that video. To give you an idea of that video, that bookcase you could see in the background wasn't even in my shot. Even when I took the source footage off and watched the source footage, that bookcase was nowhere to be seen. However, when I used Power Director to, take out that footage off the DVD, it somehow managed to capture the bookcase in the background. I have no idea how that happened, why that happened, and it's squidged. It's not even 4:3, it's like a really squidged frame aspect ratio. I have no idea how that happened. But needless to say, that frustrated me immensely. And I mean, to the point where I literally was looking through my collection, looking for something to sell. So all that stuff I showed off in that video was now literally on the chopping block. So the Harry Potter collection, all of the Game of Thrones, that Middle-earth collection, all of those bits and bobs were on the chopping block. Also, I didn't show you, but the Stanley Kubrick collection was behind me that I forgot to show off in that video. And to be honest, I ran out of time anyway, because I've only got 17 minutes on that camcorder to record. So, yeah, all of that was on the chopping block, and more things were on the chopping block, including the Batman collection, the James Bond collection. At one point, I was even thinking of selling my steering wheel. I got a Logitech G25 PC/PS3 steering wheel that I was going to sell, but I can't sell it because the cable is frayed in a couple of places. Not frayed, but the shielding, the plastic shielding that you get over cables is coming away slightly, and CX don't take those. I will get on to the steering wheel a little bit later in this video. So I was literally scrabbling around to sell something to get a camera. It was then I had the realization that all of this stuff going on with YouTube, with the commenters, with videos not working, all that stuff was just stressing me out, making me not feel good. So it's just like, I need to take a break. Also, I should slip in here right now that my computer, I've said this a few times, but I'll repeat it wherever it's necessary. My computer, the fans on my graphics card decided to die. So long story short, when my graphics card is under any load whatsoever, if it's being stressed any way whatsoever, my computer shuts itself off to save the graphics card. Basically, when the graphics card gets to, I think it's 90 degrees or 99 degrees, the computer just shuts itself off to save the graphics card. It does it with any component. With the RAM gets hot, if the CPU gets hot, if the GPU gets hot, if anything gets hot, the computer will just shut itself down to save that piece of, that piece of hardware. Now, some of the more PC savvy people will say, what about thermal throttling? Well, thermal throttling does no good when you can't even cool the thing that that's being thermal throttled. Thermal throttling just means when a component in your computer gets to a certain temperature, the performance starts dropping in order to, so it's not being stressed as much, so it doesn't get as warm. But the whole point of thermal throttling is it will throttle down, the fan will spin out to cool it more, and then it will, come back up again, and you'll get more performance out of the components. Obviously, with the fans not working on my GPU, my graphics card, that wasn't going to work, was it? So, yeah. So, I couldn't record videos on say my phone or something, and like stitch them together, all that kind of stuff, because my computer would literally shit the bed. So yeah, YouTube was really pissing me off. So I recorded that video on Friday, just saying, look guys, I'm going to take a break, type thing, and just think about things. So on Friday, it was Friday, I decided to play some American Truck Simulator on my PC using said steering wheel that I mentioned earlier, the Logitech G25. Now, American Truck Simulator is not a very graphically intensive game. It's quite a CPU intensive game because there's like a simulation going on in the background with all the cars and stuff. But the game itself is not that graphically intensive. 2 seconds. Good cup of tea. And I decided to get out my Logitech G25 steering wheel and, start playing some American Truck Simulator, because, as I just said to you, it was on the chopping block to take down CEX. I can't take it down CEX because the cable, part of the cable is buggered or something. So I thought, I'll use it, I'll play it for a bit. Why not, get some use out of it rather than just sitting in the corner of the room, which it literally does, collecting dust. About 10-20 minutes into American Truck Simulator, my computer turns itself off. I got incredibly frustrated at that point, because there are some games I can still play on my PC, as long as they're not that graphically taxing. I can still play them. And I do believe that a number of years ago, when my last GPU shut the bed, I was able to play American Truck Simulator. It was basically that and Elite Dangerous were the only two games I could play without my computer turning itself off, essentially. So when ATS caused my computer to shut off, I was incredibly frustrated. So I was then looking for stuff I could sell in order to facilitate me getting a graphics card. I was also, before this, looking to build some money to get a camera of some description. A nice camera that I can use to then record videos, because that camcorder obviously wasn't good enough for my needs. Now, I was looking at things to sell. I was talking to a couple of friends at the time. And then, long story short, I'm not going to go into too much detail. One of those friends helped me out, shall I say. I then proceeded to the following day to go down to CEX and buy a replacement graphics card from CEX. I've gone from an R9 380X to an NVIDIA GTX 1050 Ti. And as far as performance is concerned, it's pretty much the same as my graphics card. It's going to give me a little bit more overhead in terms of performance, but it's pretty much the same card in terms of performance as my previous card. So that's good, and it works. I was playing Devil May Cry for a good half an hour to an hour on my PC the other day, and my computer would literally turn itself off within 2 or 3 minutes playing DMC5. So that's brilliant that I managed to do that. I also, at the same time, bought a camera. A Fujifilm F500 from CX. Brought it home, was super happy about the fact I now had a camera and I could, you know, hopefully record videos with said camera. One small issue though, it didn't come with a charger. CX supplied me with a USB brick and a USB lead, but no charger for the thing. It's like a separate charger. And I'm like, oh, really? Really? Anyway, good tea, I think. Anyway, doesn't really matter. So I then went back to CX to discuss this matter. Got there, and long story short, yep, as it turns out, it should have come with a charger. Within 2 days of buying any item from CX, you can change your mind. So I decided to change my mind and get another camera using a bit of extra money I got through means I'm not going to broadcast on video. It's nothing illicit, just, you know, I borrowed some money, shall we say. And went down to the CX to grab the camera in question, which was a Samsung WB1100F, and they didn't have it. Despite it being online on the system, they didn't have it in the store. And I was at that point, I was just exacerbated. Very happy, I would say, that I've now got a graphics card that works and I can edit videos and play games, and that's all good. But I was like, now I could have bought some any old camera from there. There was a Canon Coolpix, Nikon Coolpix I could have gotten, but I decided to go away and do some research. I do have a camera in mind to get, but it's a bit more above, you know, what I currently have available to spend. Plus, next month I'll need to buy a lens for it. I'm not going to name the camera because I don't think there's many of them left online where I wish to buy it, which is CX, because I got a voucher from a £30 voucher for the camera I took back from CX. So I have to basically go through CX. 2 seconds. Yeah, I'd have to buy a lens for the camera in 2 weeks' time, and the lens is another £50 on top of what is already a pricey camera. Well, not pricey, but for me, pricey. So that's basically where I'm at the moment. Is I'm shopping around for a camera. I got my eye on a particular camera, but it depends on whether I can, you know, push for it. We shall see. Plus, in all of this, I left my SD card inside that camera, so I need to go back to CX and get that at some point. But yeah, I just wanted to do this video to explain that I am making progress into getting back onto YouTube. It's now, there's a few bumps in the road, and I want to do it properly. You know, I now have a computer that can edit, and as the person who helped me out with getting that graphics card said, having a broken computer is never nice. When you're a PC gamer, having a broken computer is not a nice thing, which is why he kind of helped me out. So that's now all sorted, which is brilliant. It's just I need to get the camera sorted. And some people are going to say, why don't you just record on your phone? I don't know what it is, but there's just something about, I prefer to record on a dedicated camera and use my phone to record the audio. That's just how I do things. Anyway, guys, I'm going to try and upload this video before I go to work. It's now 15 minutes long. You know the spiel. Like, dislike, subscribe, hit the bell icon, make sure the quotations are around it. And of course, you receive a notification to your device of choice every time I upload a video. And until next time, guys, please take care. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day. Ta-ra.